it's a fair bit more bigger, modern sort of operation than I remember the previous.
Oh, well, it's just a lot more advanced, newer technology.
Oh, it's a lot bigger than I expected. It's absolutely amazing.
Much bigger and more complicated than I actually thought.
It's a lovely day on King Island after a week of rain and mud, but it's a beautiful day and nice to have the King Island community come and see what we've been doing. From the lookout in Grassy, you can see the mine and all the activity with the load and haul fleet there, but you can't see what's happening over the hill, because over the hill is the processing plant which operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we deliberately did that to keep the noise down for the Grassy residents and to keep the light down. So we've invited the town to come and have a look at the processing plant, which is in operation today.
Well, you invited the island, isn't it? Not just the town.
We have invited the island, and it's great to see such a lot of interest in what we've been doing here at Grassy.
How many people are on the tour? Because you're going to do 4 tours today. There's about 70, 80 people easily. Or
fully booked, 182, and we had to turn some away, or we've slotted them in, or did an extra one. So it's great to see that sort of response of all sorts. So some of the old miners were involved with the previous operation, through to little kiddies in their gumboots wanting to see a big truck.
So they come for the mine or for the barbecue, you think?
Oh, both. No, they've come here because they're interested and supportive of what we're doing. And yes, nice to have some quiche and a barbecue and have a bit of a chat to explain things and clarify some things. So it's good. It's great.
Have you spoken to any of the visitors here? Their impressions?
Lots of people. And lots of questions about what we're doing and where we're exporting, when do we start blasting, all these sort of things. Great and very supportive and pleased to see life breathe back into Grassy and see the operations started back up again.
Look, it's very impressive in the sense that it's operational for a start. New, looks as though it's been put together quite well, sustainable in the sense of everything that they've used, so I'm hoping that this will lead to it sort of extending on for quite a long time. So yeah, good.
Remember the mine from the past, in the old days?
Yes, I do. It's a fair bit more bigger, modern sort of operation than I remember the previous one, but I think the guidelines are the same as far as extraction go, so with the flotation side and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, no, very good.
Good thing for the island.
Excellent thing for the island, yes, for everyone on King Island, yes.
It's wonderful. I think it's a great thing for the island. We've got a heap of employment. We've got Grassy clubs going like a beauty. People are buying blocks of land in Grassy. I think it's really good for the island. I can't see any downside for it.
Did you have any idea what you see here now, how big and whatever it is?
I've been sneaking across every now and again and watching over the fence, but I had no idea it was this size. No, they've got some issues, obviously, with the water that's lying around. They've got to sort that out, but no, I think they'll go a long way here.
Now, you've been in Grassy for a long time. What does this mine mean, you think?
Oh, it's nice to see it up and going again. A bit different to what it was before, though, isn't it?
Yeah, what is so different?
Oh, well, it's just a lot more advanced, newer technology.
Yeah. So, Maria, you used to work in the mine?
In the mill part, just getting samples ready to send through to the lab to be tested, with a guy named Rod Drake. So.
It goes a long time ago now.
A long time ago, probably 1988, I reckon I might have been there. Yeah.
Would you go for a job again here at the mine? Or?
No, I'm too old now.
Oh, it's a lot bigger than I expected. It's absolutely amazing. It's a full professional outfit. I was just expecting a crusher loaded into the back of a truck and off they go. But no, this is an amazing process that just goes from what I guess is just dirt right through to what we see down here.
Did you have any idea?
Not really. It's so bloody noisy here, I can't hear much of what's going on, but they do some stuff and it turns into this. It's amazing stuff, yeah.
Much bigger and more complicated than I actually thought. And I was actually just reminiscing with the girls that I went underground twice with the old mine back in the 70s, and that was actually quite scary. I just said to the girls, oh, I wonder if we're going underground today. And they said, I don't think so.
Well, the only scary thing here is I guess a little bit of mud around the building, but that's all right.
Absolutely, but the whole thing is more complicated than one would think, but technically quite simple, one would think. It starts off as big rocks, it goes through all this, it gets shaken into very small dust, and there's your final product. So, very clever.
Good for the island?
I think so. There's 110 workers here apparently, and must be putting some input into the island somewhere. So I think good.
Going for Rooseweek, you worked at the mine in the old days, now back here again at, let's call it the new mine. A lot of difference?
Yeah, it's a really large difference, Wade, compared to when I was working here. Yeah, the mill setup is way smaller than what it was in the beginning, and it's what they're doing in a smaller setup is roughly what they were doing in a huge, which is really quite amazing.
Was there in your day already a lot of open mining, or was it all underground?
When I started work here, it was all underground, and I started work first in the mill maintenance section as a TA to a fitter. From there I went to a TA to a fitter up at Bold Head service area up there, and then I went overseas, and when I came back from overseas I came back and I went mining, and I went mining at Bold Head first, and I mined there until that shut, and when that closed then they transferred me to Dolphin, and I mined underground there until that shut.
Were you surprised in a way that after you left the mine you were one of the last people to leave the mine in the old day? Did you expect that they would open again one day?
Not in the beginning we didn't, because they always said that our mining practices underground were really very good and we could get the ore out cheap, but when it got to the mill was that antiquated and it needed a lot of work done to it to make it viable, and they said that the Chinese market was just completely undercutting them, and it wasn't a viable operation anymore.
Now for mining you go into filming now in today's world. You've been pretty much involved from day one to film the whole setup, the building and whatever has happened here over the last 18 months. Have you been impressed with it, how it has all gone? Seeing it all happen?
Yeah, I am. I've been really impressed with how it's gone. They've had their setbacks here and there, but to be able to see it progress from what was a sand dune to a levelled out patch of sand to now being the operational mine that it is, I'm really quite appreciative that they let me be part of that, to be able to film the progression of it.
Ernie Blakeman, Ernie, this doesn't look like a mine.
At the moment, no, but it's very impressive and we're moving ahead. And it's good to see a lot of the locals down here that have taken interest, come down from Curry, even north, so it's really good.
Is the mine very different today than what it was in your days, because you worked at the mine?
I did, absolutely, yeah. It's certainly upgraded in their processing field and a lot more simpler, and where the old mine was actually could have been put into mothballs, but it would never work because it was just the period of time from the 90s right through to now was too long. It would have been a rust bucket. But this mine now is really going to kick ass. It'll be really good.
Did you expect close to 200 people interested to go for a tour on the mine?
No, not really, no. The interest is exceeded itself. It's really, really good. We're so proud. The company's very proud. Chaz, I think you might have been expected it, a plan. You can tell by the food spread out the back here, but it's exceeded all what they expected.
I started here in 1975 and finished on the 30th of November 1990.
Now we're talking 2023. Did you ever expect that the mine would reopen?
No, I didn't. But anyway, it's the best thing that's ever happened to this island.
Yeah, why is that?
Because it's going to bring people to the island and hopefully reduce prices on Because things like fuel and bloody groceries. So the more people that are here, the more consumption.
What did you used to do at the mine?
I started off as underground shift fitter and worked my way up as heavy vehicle shop foreman and then mine maintenance supervisor.
If you were a little bit younger, would you go back and work there again now? Or?
No.
No?
No.
Why is that?
Because I love the lifestyle I'm living at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough. Have you already been on the tour? Had a look?
No, we're due to go down the next trip. So 12:45, I believe. So.
Curious?
Yes. Yeah, interesting to see what's happening. Would you believe, like when I worked at the mine here, I never went through the milling complex at all. So
you didn't?
Nothing. No. So I just, it never interested me. So I was more interested in mining equipment. I'm working with Jan and the rest of the boys, and of course Jan worked with us for a fair while at the heavy vehicle shop, and Jan and I have worked together, and
So it's going to be a new experience.
It is, most definite.
We hear in the media, read in the media, Bald Head Mine is going to be reopened, and it almost sounds like there's a brand new mine opening, but you tell me.
So here at around Grassy is the Dolphin deposit. The Dolphin deposit's the mother lode, and that's the main deposit. But 3 kilometres to the north is Bald Head. So it's almost like the Dolphin deposit's been shoved 3 kilometres north, and that was where the Bald Head mine, which was the first little underground mine, happened. Similar to the Dolphin underground, they mined the very high grade stuff and left most of it behind. We've applied for a mining lease over that so that we can do further exploration on what's there, and it'll be in conjunction with this processing plant behind us. So the plan for Dolphin here is open pit for about 6-7 years, and then go underground at Dolphin, and that's a lower throughput rate through the plant. So that would dovetail nicely in with Bald Head, where there's a small pit at Bald Head and the potential for a small pit, and then go back underground at Bald Head as an addition to what we get out from Dolphin underground. So we've got 6-7 years of mining here with the Dolphin open pit before we'll do that, but there's some drilling to do and a lot of planning to do, but we can certainly see the 14-year life we've got here for Dolphin getting extended with Bald Head. And of course we've done some drilling around the perimeter of this terrific intrusion at Investigator deposits, where we've had some good hits of scheelite there as well. So it's all about trying to extend the life of the operation, maximise the resource here on King Island.
And then when you do open Bald Head, if that happens in 6-7 years' time, maybe before that happens, then I guess that your raw materials are then carted from Bald Head to the processing plant here?
That's right. So we've been talking to Whyalla Beef, and we've purchased some land off them, the old haul road that went from here up to Graham's Road, so that we can truck the material to this processing plant, and we can run the two mines to maximise life of this deposit here.